flex this. Stitched it or sliced it and cure, right? The same way. Bunch of flex. Okay, so I wanted to see if I couldn't make a container, a snap-on lid, okay? And I'm in Fusion 360 right now, and this is the container that I've built. It is 65 millimeters long, so it's not big, it's just to prove that it can be done. Okay, so I've made this clear plastic. The lid's rubber, or a rubber compound of sorts, and these are the snaps over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna undo my box, go into timeline, and bring it to an earlier state. So the first thing I done was a sketch. And I have to look in here to find it. Top cover, closure. Maybe I drug this from somewhere else and I added to it because I don't seem to find a sketch. Let's open this. Origin. Oh, sketches right here. Okay. So all I did was make a rectangle and I went from there. Okay. So I extruded it. Okay, so that's a solid clear container right now. I made it a little bit pretty. I gave it a fillet on the corners, and then I shelled it out. I shelled out my container. Now I made this 1.5 millimeters. That may or may not be a problem. I can print it, no problem, but I don't know what kind of strength I'm going to get from the PLA. It should be strong enough if I go 100% infill. Okay, and next I made a sketch, and that sketch is showing up right here. Okay, and then I extruded it. Well, that's a funny extrusion, isn't it? Right? If I can get it perfectly so you can see it. That raised into like a elongated pyramid. Okay? So how that works is if I go over here and I create this sketch, is going to be my snap. Okay, so right click, press pull, and I'm going to go, that's in inches. I'm going to exaggerate it so you can see it better. I'm going to go 1 inch. Okay, well, I can grab this wheel and I can make a trapezoid or a pyramid. So that's my snap. That's just an extrude, right? I don't think you can do it on press pull, but you can do it on extrude. So that's what's going on here. Okay? So after that, for some reason I made a plane on here, and I mirrored that extrusion to the other side. And there's another sketch. It's the top cover. Okay. And I press pulled it and I brought it up here. But that cover isn't finished yet. I don't see any portion going into the snap area. So another sketch from this side of it. Maybe if I go into bodies I can, no, that's that body. Sketch, bodies. So from here, I press pulled, and I made an extrusion. See, there's my snap. And now I'm going to mirror it, and I made it on both sides. Okay. And I shelled it out. There you go. Okay. And then I put a little chamfer on. I have to go in there to see where it's at. Oh, I made the chamfer over here. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel that. And there's a better view of it. Right. There's the cavity for it. And the reason why I put a little chamfer on here was for ease of install and removal. This is pretty close to the cover, right? So that cover's got to either flex, or this cover has to flex for it to jump over that snap area or that extruded area from the other part, which is I'm just going to turn it on here. Bodies. See? So if this doesn't flex, the cover has to. So what I'm going to do is print this out of PLA and print the cover out of TPU. So let's get started and see if we can do this. So I've got to bring this over to Cura. Make an STL file and bring it over to Cura, or a 3 manufacturing file. It's called 3FM. Okay, so I'm going to separate the bodies and select that. Go over to Utilities, Make, 3D Print, and now I can send to 3D Print Utility. No. Unless it can make its way there. So click on it. I want to preview the mesh to see if it's actually worked. There's my mesh. Okay, and I have it on a medium. That's good enough for what I'm doing. There's actually 364 triangles, and the format is 3MF. I can get the STL binary or whatever, but I prefer to keep it on 3MF. So I'm going to send it to Cura, and as you can tell, my mouse tells me that it's actually loading up right now. And there's Cura. I don't know if that's the latest version or not. That's the latest version I have, which is 4.12. Okay, so I was having a little problem before. If I right click on here, you can reset all model positions, which is what I did. Now I want to lay flat. Now I have to select what I want to lay flat. It's this face. Or, okay, align this surface with bill plate. I'm going to select that. So I can print it upside down, which will give me this. And if I want, I can put a pattern in there, because I have to go in here first. And I have to set I want 100% infill. Okay, so 100%. Okay, infill line distance. I'm going to go back here. Layer height. If I wanted this to be more higher quality, instead of going 0.2, I could go maybe 1.5. Initial layer height 0.2, same thing. Line width 0.4, which is the nozzle. So if I reduce this a little bit, it says here I might get a better print. Okay, so what's happening is I got two pieces like this, and once they're crushed, I have to depend on them smushing together to create a flat surface. Okay, at 0.4, that's the width of the nozzle. So if every line's going to be at 0.4, if I'm not getting good compression on there, I'm going to see infill lines, right, between every pass. So I could basically, if I wanted, go here and say 3.5 or sorry, 0.35. Okay, so this changes a lot of stuff for me here. Everything goes to 3.35. Initial layer line width 100%. Multiplier. So if I increase this from 100%, I get better adhesion to the bill plate. And I don't want that to elephant foot on me, right? Which is the corners start peeling upwards because it's a long flat pancake. So I could go maybe 110 here, or since I'm trying it out for the first time, I'll go 107%. Okay, wall thickness. Defines the number of wall count. 4. At 4 at 3.5, I had to go 1.5 for the wall thickness. Yeah, that'll do it. 4 is the wall count. I had to multiply 0.35 by 4 to see if it gave me 1.5, right? Which times 4, it doesn't. So I might go 5 here if I can. 5 should give it to me. And optimize wall printing order. Do that. Fill in gaps between walls everywhere. Z alignment, user specified. I want this to be random. I don't want this print to start at the same place every time and create a line going up there. That's what happens when you print and you see a line through your material. You want that to be random, right? And that's Z alignment. And you can put a pattern infill, material, temperature. Okay, so since this is TPU, I don't know if I have specifications on the temperature I want that to print at. So I'm checking that right now. And I'm using this Ninja Flex. I'm looking inside to see if I don't have any specifications on the bundle. And it says, it doesn't say. So, let's do a quick search. Shrink that, go here, and Ninja Flex, www, oh, just here. Ninja Flex here. 3D filament. Okay, and support. Frequently asked questions, printing guidelines, technical specifications. I got TPU. It doesn't talk about the, how about I try that again? What about printing guidelines? Okay. Ninja Flex between 225 and 250. Okay, so this has to be 225 and 250. Let's go 240. 245. Hotter is always better. Build plate temperature. Does it give me a build plate temperature? Platform. Room temperature 50. It's 50, so I'm going to go back to my here, and it is set at 50, flows 100%, and I want this top layers, infill, shells, and speeds. Okay, so 10 to 20 and 15 to 35. Print speed, infill speed, this was 10 to 35, 15 to 35. So let's hit a middle number here. Let's go 30. And print speed was, let's go a half, let's go 15. Okay. And I think that's all I need for this one. Oh, here, support pattern, zigzag, support wall, support brim width, enable support brim. Okay. I'm not sure that I want a brim on that. I don't need it. So what does it do? If I should generate brim, it's for adhesion purposes. And what else? I already have it set to brim skirt width. None. This should be good, but what I wanted to do is actually put a pattern in it. You can put a pattern on your first layer, right, to get something out of it. And support, cooling, travel, that's not it. Okay, this is the speeds, and this is top and bottom flow, temperatures, wall count, infill density, bottom pattern, lines. Okay, pattern on the bottom of the print on first layer, lines, or I can go zigzags. I'll try zigzags. And that should give me a pattern on there. So I'm going to slice this to see how long it's going to take, and it's 2 hours and 57 minutes. Preview, and I can go down and see what my first layer is going to look like. And I want a top view from this. It's not really zigzag, is it? What about if I click 2? 3. Oh, it is zigzagging. Instead of zigzag, I'm going to go concentric. Oh, that doesn't like that. No layers shown. Slice it. Okay. Oh, see? There's a pattern. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So I'm going to save this to removable disk. And there it is. And I'm going to do the same thing for the cover. Now, if you wish to see the cover, I'm just going to go here, and I want to make sure that it made it to my drive here. Where is it? Actually, the date should tell me everything, right? 22/01/24. There it is, body 1. Okay, so let's bring that up again. And now I'm going to go back to solid, and I'm going to erase that, or actually make it so that it's not seen. Now, there, select that, go to utilities, make, 3D print. I want to preview my mesh. There it is. Send it over to Cura. Okay, I hope you're still on there. Now this, I have to go here and reset all model positions. There it is. And side, 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 side. It's clear, so I don't see it, right? So I'm going to have to guess at this. If I put that there and say I want to make that position, and it seems to me that it is. That is the correct position. Okay? So, I'm guessing the reason why I wasn't getting the right settings on here is because I have it on PLA. Okay, so all the settings showing up here are PLA. I want 100% infill. It's a standard quality. 100% infill. And so let's get this thing ready. So I think I'm going to print the bottom piece first, not the cover. I do have a USB cable for this, but there's a prong you have to break off. Something's not right with the setup. And then you need a special program. I don't know if you can take Cura and run it right through to the machine here and print it and see your results as you go along on Cura. I'm not sure. I've just been using the chip, right? But guess that was it. Oh, spoke too soon. So you always want to make this into a point, right? So it doesn't grab into the anywhere inside the hose or. I have a unit online to tell me if I ran out of filament. The machine stops and restarts over again where it left off. So there, it's loaded up. Just going to go to prepare, change filament, load filament. That's going to take a few seconds. I'll bring you back once that's done. So I've selected my my bottom cover for my snap project, and I've set the nozzle heat to 221 or 222, I believe. And this should hit 60. Once it does, that's going to start 70. My bed should be 70 degrees Celsius. Okay. Oh, I never realized this. Right on top of the unit is the target temperatures that they have to reach. I never noticed that before. On the bottom here I see numbers moving. That's 30, that's 220, but on top I have 221, and on top I have 70. Okay, so bottom cover is printed, and I'm gonna bring a close-up, right? So the snap feature is there. It's the same way as it was on the CAD drawing. Okay. Now the only way I could mess this up now with the cover is if the cover doesn't print properly, or it fits too tightly in here. The thin wall is okay. Well, I decided to make the top cover out of a PLA because the TPU is too rubbery, and also because I still can get some flex if it's thin wall. Okay, but I can't seem to print my TPU, and I don't know if it's because I'm not a member of Cura, They let you download it for free, but they don't give you support unless you're a member, or you somehow contribute, or you have an account with them, right? But they let you use the material. They don't stop you from downloading it and creating your own temperature settings and all that, right? It says it's not supported. I don't know if that's why this isn't working. It's reaching -10. Like I set it to 235 degrees C, and it reached 225 and it stopped going up. Yet my bed temperature would go up. And I had no problem getting the temperature up to speed on this thing. It's not doing it on this one, on PLA. So I don't know if there's some code in there preventing me from printing my TPU or not. I really don't need it for this print, but for future projects, I wanted to make like rubber wheels on a rim, right? I won't be able to if I can't print my TPU. I gotta figure something out. But that's for another time.